So this match day Saturday as Austin FC takes on Nashville SC for the second time in club history. The first time these two teams played against each other was back in May of last year, in which a young Austin FC suffered a 1-0 score to Nashville. But the question is this: is Nashville an easy win or a main threat for the Verde and Black? And the answer is in between a win and a threat, because currently Nashville sits 5th place in the Western Conference with 11 wins, 9 draws, and 9 losses. In the last 5 games for Nashville, it's been really decent for them. They've only got 3 wins and 2 losses. The recent win was when they beat Colorado Rapids on Wednesday night in a 4-1 score. But for Nashville, they're going to be playing against one of the best teams with the best road record, and that's Austin FC. For Austin FC's second year in the MLS, it's been really impressive numbers on the road. They're the first team with the most wins with 8 wins, 2 draws, and 4 losses. The last time Austin FC got a win on the road was when they beat Sporting Kansas City in a 2-0 score. But not too long ago, Austin FC suffered their first loss in 3 months on the road when they lost to Minnesota United in a 2-1 score. But for Austin FC, should they have an easy game against Nashville? Because Nashville's record at home is kind of decent. 5 wins, 5 draws, and 4 losses. But for Austin FC, they tend to struggle a lot on the road, that they're kind of known for being a second half team as well. But we need to have a comfortable lead against Nashville, because the last time Austin FC got a win that was so comfortable was when they beat Atlanta United in a 3-0 win. And I can say this too, when they beat Sporting Kansas City in a 2-0 score, because Sporting Kansas City is not a team to sleep on. Their goal this season is to stay on playoff spot. 5th place is still good numbers to be on playoffs, because they're known for a lot of high pressing, they're an aggressive team with some surprising counterattacks, and their main key source is their defense. Because for the dynamic dual defense of Cascante Galvez, they have to be stepping up against Nashville, because in the last 5 games, they're decent. The last 2 games, they've allowed 3 goals. But before those games, they've allowed 10 to 12 goals. So Galvez and Cascante need to learn those mistakes and not fuck around again. And the question is this: should Hector Jimenez start over Nick Lima, or should Lima get some minutes and see Jimenez on the bench again? Because the main players for Nashville are these players. CJ Sapong has 5 goals and 5 assists to his name. Brando Leal has 2 goals and 5 assists. But Nashville's main key player, and he is one contender as well for MVP and Golden Boot, and he is also facing against Driussi, and that's Honey Mukhtar. He has 19 goals and 11 assists. Those are really crazy numbers. So it is going to be a fun match, seeing the top 2 goal scorers of the MLS and seeing the top 2 contenders for the MVP for this 2022 MLS season. Because Honey Mukhtar is he's from a midfield player, and he can switch to a forward. So our defense, mostly the dynamic dual defense, Stu and let's say Danny Pereira on the 6, they have to be really careful about him, and they have to put him on their pocket the entire time, because he's not joking around. He's the player who wants to earn that MVP and Golden Boot award. So they have to focus on him more as well. Because for our attacking side, we got to see Emiliano Rigoni against Portland Timbers on Wednesday night. So should we see Rigoni playing against Nashville, or should we see Finley starting? Because Finley had a great game against the Timbers. He was on the right wing for the first 30 minutes, and he switched to the left wing in the last 15 minutes. And I believe he should get some game time against Nashville. I'm Finley on this game. But seeing they're going to get in some minutes, let's say if he starts, it wouldn't mind. I want to see how his left foot works. Because for Nashville, their defense, they've allowed 37 goals. But these 3 main defenders, or 4, are the reason why they're in 5th place. Sean Davis has 43 of the 61 tackles. So that's basically 70% tackles he's won this season. And he leads the team with 50 blocks in the entire Nashville defense. Daniel Lovitz, he's a center defender, so he's a player in the 6. He's allowed 15 out of 31 dribbles, so it's basically a 48.4 dribbles he's gonna win. So let's say for Driussi, Fagundes, Urruti, Finley, they're gonna have a close enough win against Daniel Lovitz. But the main player in the defense for Nashville has to be Walker Zimmerman. This man has been impressive this year for Nashville. He's allowed 18 in the dribble count, 18 out of 33. That's 55% dribbles he'll win. So Driussi, Fagundes Urruti. If Urruti plays, he might be injured due to a hamstring injury that he suffered against Timbers. And Finley Origoni, Zimmerman's going to win this one, the dribble. And I would say the tackles, 28 of the 40 tackles he's won, that's 70% tackles. So Walker Zimmerman is a player to focus on the defense for our trio and for our midfield players. But I feel like Austin FC is going to have a tight game against Nashville. I would say a draw will be important for us to have a bounce back for September, a good way to start September, and a bounce back to the loss against the Timbers. But I would say 2-2 score for Austin FC. Driussi will make a 21st goal of the season, and I would say Alex String. I would want to see Regoni get some minutes against Nashville, and I hope to see La Manchita Washington Corozo play against Nashville because we want to see him. Why did we get him on loan when he's not getting any playing time? But I don't know. I would say too in the midfield, I want to see Valencia getting some minutes because he had a good game against LAFC, but that's just me. Danny Pereira might start. He could be a key source in the 6 with our back 4 because I have to focus on Honey Mukhtar. But yeah, you guys, Austin FC against Nashville should be a fun game, mostly because of the 2 key players, Driussi and Mukhtar, fighting for Golden Boot and fighting for MVP. But yeah, you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was understandable. I will be on vacation after this video is uploaded. But yeah, you guys, stay safe. Have a great Labor Day weekend. But for the meantime, stay hydrated. The name was Vanilla Mexican 17. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.